So when getting ready to do the windskirt, what you want to do is have an area where it's going to be secure, very sturdy for the screws to go in, the screw studs, which is usually the straight line at the seam of the vehicle. So what you want to do is I get a little bit of masking tape. You can get the white tape, green tape, blue tape. Put one where you're going to start, and then you're going to measure another one approximately 3 feet. Measure your 3-foot section, and then from your 3-foot section, wherever, if you have a slide out, you want to go right before the slide out. So then you'll put another one right at the edge. And always make sure before installing it, before putting any holes into the vehicle, if you're going to do it with the screw studs, make sure when it's hanging there is still plenty of room on the skirt to touch the ground. So now that we have our masking tape at 3-foot sections, the first one I want to do is I want to take the button that comes with the skirt that's there, the female part, get it a nice look right into the area so it's nice and clean. Make a little mark on that. I'm going to go ahead and put the screwdriver away because I like using the electric screwdriver. We will get our snaps. First thing to do, drill the pilot hole. We'll get the snaps that come with it. With the adapter, the snap turns into it, locks into place, and security goes on. So what you want to do, after you drill the hole and if security goes on, remove the tape, keep it, because you can use it at another location. So again, we go in, as soon as it hits, that's when we stop. So first, you get the first snap in. Now with your Sharpie and the paper that you started with, you can keep that over here. So what you want to do is you want to kind of pull snug but not super tight. Pull it snug, flip down so that you can see where the button is. Mark it on the trailer. Look back over it, make sure it's center. Grab your drill. Drill the hole into it. Grab your other screwdriver, electric screwdriver. Again, now we remove the tape. We use it at another location. And just simply screw it in. Snap that one in place. And now you're ready to move on to wherever your other 3rd foot location is, or to where the slide out is going to come. We're going to pull nice and snug. We're going to go right to the edge like we did before, so it butts up nice and clean underneath. Do the little mark. Feel behind, make sure that you're not going into a gas tank or any electrical. And you can always check that. That's the first thing that you do before you start the process. Okay. Drill went through. Remove your tape so that you can use it. This way you're not wasting tape. You don't need to put it out the whole length. Again, get your button. Squeeze it in. Snap it in place. And now you just look at where the snaps are. Line up your pieces of tape. The snaps come every 6 inches. You can do every 6 inches for maximum sealing, or you can do it every foot. Depends on you. Every foot works exactly the same. So that's what we're doing on this customer, is he wanted them only every foot. Throw another one over here. And then our last little piece, cut that in half. Stick that on the foot mark over here. And just like we did at the very beginning, we make sure it seals up. So again, we just kind of measure here, center it, leave it like that, bring that up to the edge, turn it back a little bit, center our little mark with the Sharpie. So again, now that we have our marks done, we're going to go ahead, drill the hole. Now from where I last drilled the holes, I'll put the first snap back in. Forgot to take my tape off. Put that one back in. Take your tape off. Hold it for the next one. Grab a screw. Stick it in. Drill it in. Snap. Right when it goes in, that's far enough. Once it starts to feel tight, you don't want to over screw it because you don't want to strip it. If you do strip it, we do sell these little kits that you can put in just like you would at a house that will fix that. Underneath these slide outs on trailers or motorhomes, there's always a bolt pattern underneath. A lot of the new trailers have them on the outside. Where you see the rubber here, they stop doing that and they do a straight connect and the screws are there. So you can always just remove the screws off of that and put the snaps in its place. Just like you see down in here. So those little screws that are already set 6 inches apart are what we're going to use to continue the windskirt. And when you're installing the snaps under the slide outs, some of their screw patterns aren't on center of 6 inches. So what you do is the ones that are, you can use those, put the snap, the stud snap screw that we give you in its place. Then on the very last one, you snap it in. All your snaps are done on your first skirt. Now we go to add the second skirt. The second skirt, what you want to do is you're not going to go ahead and install the first snap. You're going to install the second snap next to it. The first snap goes over the existing windskirt, velcros to it, and all you have to do is pull them tight. Create that seal that you want between the two so that air and wind does not get through. And now you have an airtight seal snapped together. And then you just continue snapping your second windskirt on just like we did the first one, underneath your slide out. And if you have lines underneath of it, water lines, power lines, you kind of just customize around it. Like we added a snap here, didn't use a snap there, reused the one at a foot, and then made one more snap at the very end. This way, your items aren't being twisted, they're not being pushed, and you're good to start the snapping process now on the other side. Took some of the bags out of the back portion of the RV Windskirt, put one in the burgundy Windskirt, one bag in the checkered Windskirt, and as you can see, just one bag holding it down helps it block the wind from passing underneath. Now if you had them all filled up, you'd get no wind going through. It's 90